Hi, welcome to Hope in the Light of Suicide. I'm Tammy, I'm your host, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Bobby White Foundation. So thanks for joining us. Um, First off, this is just always so important is to thank Area 52 Media Group and John Gaston, my producer, and he's actually behind the scenes today again. Um, if you want to do your own show, please contact Area 52 and John, because you can do any kind of show, and you can do it remotely. We started out 3.5 years ago in the studio, and about a year and a half ago, we transitioned, and now we've been taping the show in the foundation office. I'm sitting at my desk, foundation office, and this is where we do this every week. And as we continue to grow and change and come up with new things, we're going to switch things around a little bit so we can utilize more of the space and bring in person people to interview live again. But this is it's really cool. Technology is amazing. But also, I want to thank our sponsor, DeLynn Gaston with the mortgage firm. Anything mortgages, believe you me, I wouldn't be able to understand anything. It's just craziness. And but this woman, she can walk you through anything, and especially like if you're going to be a first time home buyer and you really don't know where to start, she will be with you there, from step one all the way to make sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible, especially on your end. So please contact her. She's great. I know that personally. So, anyways, again, we're continuing our support groups throughout the summer. There's no time off for us. Our next group meets meets Thursday, the 17th, at the Oasis Coffee Spot at 6:30. And if you have any questions about that, please just email me, and we can get more detailed information. But it's really super easy. Just show up at 6:30 at the Oasis. We meet in their little bookstore. It's quiet. It's off to the side. It's very private, and it's a great place to meet and to be with people going through what you're going through, maybe at different stages of the journey. But you're not alone. So we are 2 days, 3 days, 2 days, and 2 months from Art for Hope. It is going to be here before we know it. The 8th annual. It's going to be on September 11th, again at the Hilton Garden Inn. Cash bar, light hors d'oeuvres, different types of art. It's a great event. It's an uplifting event where we will have special announcements at the event. It's free to attend, and we're still waiting to announce who our keynote speaker is going to be for this year. Kind of wait a little bit more before we announce that. But if you want to support and sponsor Art for Hope, please contact us. We have sponsor sheets, different sponsor levels available, and we have sheets available that give you the different sponsor levels. So, like, one of our sponsors, of course, is Area 52 Media Group. And they have been our sponsor, whether it's been Area 52 Media Group or what the prior name of our company was. But been a great support from the very, very beginning. So the sooner that you sponsor, like Area 52, then the longer you get to be announced on our show, on all our social media, all the way through. And of course, then we have Tammy White Galleries, which that's my business. And these are some new things that are going to be available, new types of things that'll be available at Art for Hope. These are actually available for pre-sale. These are mostly the glass fused pendants. There's a couple, there's one, two, three resin pendants in there, 4 resin pendants in there. But I just released these and within 24 hours, 4 of them were already sold. So I have like 2 more batches coming. And so just contact me either through the foundation or, Tammy White Galleries has a Facebook page, Art for Hope Facebook page. There's a million ways you can, contact us, and we can ship these to wherever. I think shipping is $4.95. The pieces are $20, but that's prior to Art for Hope, because when we probably get to Art for Hope, they're probably going to be a little bit more. But then if you show up, you don't have to pay shipping. But they, when the first purchases came through, really pretty quickly, it was great. So they come a little, packaged like this, these little bags, the card. And here's like one that's, I don't know if that's one, that's not one that's, yeah, it is one that's in there. So just these little pendants. And you get a nice little cute little bag. So I still have some of them here, and they're fun to do. So this week we picked up a brand new sponsor for Art for Hope. And actually this year they upped their level of sponsorship. And it's really kind of cool because it's Lucas Magazine and Dyer. It's the law firm. And I've known this law firm for quite a few years, and I don't know, I didn't even realize it last year. I think probably because their sponsorship came in a little bit late last year. But I always called it Lucas Magazine and Dyer. And I always thought that was really kind of weird. But it's really Magazine, Lucas Magazine and Dyer. So we're really grateful for them. They came on board this week. So that's really super cool. So again, up your sponsorship, sponsor for longer. You get more exposure, and you're really supporting a great cause. And it takes, I know it takes a lot for organizations to put themselves out there to back a cause like this. It's difficult. The stigma is still there. I mean, John and I have heard it ever since we started this show, trying to get sponsors for our show, which that's also available too. We would really love to have a couple sponsors for this show. We've been doing it for 3.5 years with no sponsorship, and it's about time some organizations could step up and help out. So one of our other sponsors, of course, is the Rotary Club of Nature Coast, which is really great. Hopefully we can get some more Rotary clubs to step up also. We have had other clubs sponsor us in the past. So, and it's really important, especially right now, because our district, which is District 6950, and I've been talking about it the last few weeks, and we're moving forward slowly, is we have the District Mental Health Initiatives Action Group for District 6950, which our district is probably members about 1,800 people, and it's from Citrus County, Citrus County South, Citrus County, Hernando County, Pasco County, and Pinellas County. And so we have this mental health initiatives action group, and it's not just for Rotary members, people for Rotary. This is a community action group, and as we're rolling it out and learning more about it, then we can bring more information to you. But it is something you, as a person in the community, can join and be a part of. Like I said, we're still rolling some of the things out, and I'll talk about some of that in a minute because we have something that's coming up, and I'm really kind of learning about it. So it's going to be a learning curve for me, and you get to learn along with me. How about that? So one of the pieces of wall art, that is going to be available is this piece here, and I don't have a title for it. I don't know the name of the author. It was actually donated by a client of mine from the gallery. I have been researching information on the artist. One thing I do know, it is not an assembly line piece of art. So hopefully by the next show, we'll have information. And if I get the information, by the time the show airs, I'll put it in the comments. But even if you don't like the artwork, which I hope that you do, but if you really like that frame is a really cool frame. It really is. So again, all this stuff that I'm showing prior to Art for Hope is available now. It's available prior to Art for Hope. So be sure you contact us at the foundation, and we can ship anywhere. I have shipped things for the gallery all over the world, and I'm really good at packaging to make sure everything gets there in one piece. So anyways, so I was talking about our district, I gotta make sure, district mental health initiatives action group. I think that's how it works. The wording is kind of tricky for District 6950. So I received some information. So one of the things that they're they're working on and going through, I don't know how much I got in my, I mentioned last week, is on, and this is really important for Hernando County and Pasco County. It's actually the whole district, but and even Pinellas. That's not good. The community health healthcare clinics. There's an annual conference, and it's going to be in Orlando on the 21st. The 21st is the important day. It's like a day or two before and a day or two after. But it's an annual conference it's called 2025 FACHHC Annual Conference. Bridging Care and Community. And so we have a couple community healthcare facilities, organizations in our area. Unfortunately, Citrus County doesn't have one. Hernando and Pasco, we have a lot, and it's community healthcare. And I have somebody that I'm going to call that used to work for them. Actually, she's our district governor, to be in contact with somebody from Premier, and then I don't remember the name of the other one. I was going to write it down. Premier has many facilities in Pasco County and 2 in Hernando County. So what the deal is to get these health professionals to attend these 2 outbreak sessions under the clinical part of it. And one is pediatric behavioral health training on depression, anxiety, and HDA. And then the second one, it's the same day, it's right after this one, is building bridges of understanding. And this is really super important for The healthcare community, evidently, this is something that they have brought to Collier County, and it has worked tremendously. And basically, and like I said, I'm still learning on this stuff. It's building the gap between um, getting health care, mental health care. For this one here focuses on adolescents and increasing telehealth, because getting the health care that these children need is often a huge wait time, costly, and there's just a huge gap in helping these children. This was put together by several institutions. One of the main ones involved in this is Boston Children's Hospital. Harvard was also involved, and they have these training books, and both for um, the pediatric practitioners and for the parents, and they are updated, I think maybe yearly, because in the physician's book, it says that if this book is outdated, there's a new one. So our district, actually, Rotary International guy that I'm in contact with, he sent me these books. So these were last year's manuals, and this is the one for the pediatricians, and this is the one for the parents. Lot. And I've thumbed through this and through these, and it's really comprehensive, and it's like the pediatrician book is it's geared towards the practitioners. That's something that they're going to understand way more than me. And actually, the parent one too, since how I've not been a human parent, but they have it laid out here with ADHD and disruptive behavior care guide, anxiety care guide, depression care guide, psychiatric continuum of care. That is, I started reading it, and it's just like, this is something every pediatrician should have. Now, International has a grant. I think it's an international grant. It's district grants for our area, or for Florida, I think, and of $100,000 so far. So the cost to this program to get this information into the hands of those in our community who can help bridge that gap from the children having issues to getting the help they need sooner at a less cost is so important. So I think we're shy about $385,000 in funding for this. So I guess as we move forward and I learn things about it, this is some of the information that I'm going to bring you. And this is where the community comes in also, not just, put on the Rotarian side. It's a community involvement thing, and it is super important. They have found that, in Collier County, by implementing this program, it has increased tremendously the wait time of children getting help, and the institutions who implement it, they end up making more money. It's always usually the bottom line, but it streamlines and gets the help to the children quicker. this, I haven't really had too much of a chance to look at the parents guide, but it's very comprehensive, but understandable. I mean, totally understandable. So if anybody sees this before the 21st of July and you work in this environment and you're going to be going to this conference, it's in Orlando. Please. Oh, I do have some more information here. So part of this, it's called LEVER: learn, empower, validate, evaluate, and replicate. So the action plan here was developed. Action plan developed to double capacity for early treatment in Florida by a collaboration of Boston Children's Hospital, Florida Association of Community Health Centers. That's what all those other letters stood for. Healthcare Network, University of Florida, Rotary Action Group on Mental Health Initiatives. That's us. Adolescent Wellness Incorporated, and ECHO, which is USF Healthcare Network collaboration. It also includes Boston Children's Hospital resource set for pediatric primary care practitioners to assess and treat anxiety, depression, and ADHD. There's a 5-hour self-paced web course and manual to simplify. Oh boy, I'm having trouble with my words today. Simplify low-level treatment, guided self-management tools for families. That's what that big book is for. Care pathways and complementary online courses for counselors. The level project with Rotary AIDS. Okay, this is where our raising our money to supplement our grant funding to get to what is needed to fully implement this program is scholarships for MD, DO, NP, and PA. You in the medical field know what those letters stand for. Implementation of consulting, phone consults with child psychiatrists, ECHO case discussion, that was the USF network collaboration ECHO, and volunteers to bridge with communities. It's a big thing. And I know that I'm just kind of like skimming over the top of it because I'm just learning it myself. But, these are more tools and more collaboration that I've talked about ever since we've started the foundation, is in order to tackle this mental health crisis, which it is all across the board, no matter who it is. It doesn't discriminate by age, race, economic, social background. It needs to be a collaboration of so many people and organizations because it's too complicated. And this is what we're about, and this is why we're so excited that we helped initiate this in our district. And like I said, there's so much information, and it's starting to take a foothold. It's just so important. It really is. So, I was supposed to do an update on our safe gun storage project, but I did not have time to look at the notes. And I was supposed to do an update on the zero suicide for Hillsborough County. Did not get a chance to look at the notes because I missed both meetings. Mostly because work has been kind of busy, which is a good thing. And then I've been working on the newest project, Pasco Walk for Hope, hopefully. So, it's been a lot. It's been a busy summer, which usually summers around here aren't too busy. We've usually just had in the past the foundation work and Art for Hope, but now we have our support groups, which we've had now going for a year. And then this year, adding, like most recently, the Mental Health Initiatives Action Group for our Rotary District, and replacing the old walk that pulled out for, the new walk, Pasco Walk for Hope 2025. So it's been way more paperwork than I ever thought, and a whole lot more. I don't know. Work isn't, it's not the word. It's a lot. I didn't realize what you have to go through. But most of the paperwork is submitted. We have an appointment on July 22nd to meet with the powers that be. So next show we won't have an answer, but the following show we will. And so hopefully we'll be able to announce the location. They've been awesome so far to work with. And as soon as we get that, then I will contact my guy. I do have a guy who designs our logos and some of our flyers and stuff. So as soon as we get that okay, and then we're going to have to start to look for some major sponsors. But then again, that's another learning process because we haven't done this before on our own. And but that's a good thing. You keep learning. Actually, that's part of my self-care, is doing these new things and learning these new things, along with some other stuff, which I'll be sharing as we get closer to Art for Hope. But our quote for today, I thought, was very appropriate. Dandelions don't wait for the perfect soil. They take root where the wind lands them, and they grow anyway. They shine anyway. Be like a dandelion, resilient, wild, and unstoppable. Remember to put those numbers in your phone, 988, the main number. That way you can remember there is always hope. Thank you.